called Ut Kapata. Ut Kapata. The Greeks could not say Ut Kapata. They call that temple Aegyptos. You can look this up. They called it Aegyptos. Later on, the Greeks are going to overrun Kemet, and it's going to become Egypt. But this is after.
Okay.
This is after the Syrians attacked Kemet as well, and the Persians. These are non-black groups. They would look like yourself. Your ancestors attacked Kemet.
Probably darker than me.
No, they were lighter than you. They were about.
Oh, Greek maybe, but not Persians.
Some of them were black as well. But basically, at some point, a lot of people, when they deviated from the original African spirituality, they then start to, or their children, then don't know what it is. So they start to attack it. Right?
Do the colours represent something?
No, the colours is just
a vibe, yeah?
Yeah, it's a vibe. So Africanity. So, but going back to what you're saying, so basically, Egyptology, that's plagiarism, right? All of it is basically, because what it is, what you find, is that people who are what we call demyelinated, like yourself, right? Demyelinated people, The reason why you're going to have a problem with Africanity is because of the brainwashing in the schools and the colleges. Because European education is about misinformed, and they get you as a child. Now, when you get misinformed as a child, it's going to bond with you as an adult. And what's going to happen, that the longer the misinformation continues, the harder it is to get rid of, because misinformed thoughts are going to fight.
We are affected by our environment, what we're told. Sorry, sir, what's your name?
I'm Yeshua.
Yeshua.
Yeah, Yeshua.
Yusuf, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Yusuf.
Can I just ask, like the bottom line, like we would say the bottom line is, what do you understand as God, Creator, and what do you understand as the purpose we're here for?
Yeah, well, we in African spirituality, we call God Atum, or we call him the Master Architect.
Okay.
Right? A modern term for Atum, in my time now, I'm calling him the Master Architect, right? Now, the Master Architect basically is what you call endless possibilities. That's why I was just saying to this brother now, if you imagine this to be the night sky, and you'll see the stars, right?
Yeah.
Now, always embedded, those stars are always embedded into what was the so-called nothingness. That so-called nothingness is the Master Architect in the unformed state. Because when the Master Architect forms physical objects, there's always unformed material left over to continue forming. That's the magic. So out of the unformed material, he will form all of these things out of the formless material. And there's always formless material left over, because that formless material had no beginning and it has no end. So when you understand that, you become filled with pure beauty.
But you believe...
I said that when I look up into the night sky and I see the formed and the unformed, which is always, like I said to you just now, whenever the Master Architect forms, he never separates from what he's formed. He cannot, because the formless is everywhere, always. So you're looking at what I call endless possibilities.
Okay. So do you believe in a God and one God?
You see, the thing is, when you talk about the one God, you're actually quoting, but you wouldn't know, you're quoting from a very famous Sultan, Kemetic Sultan called Akhenaten. Now Akhenaten, right, he came around 1200 BC. And what Akhenaten did at that time, he felt that in Kemet, we had basically, the whole idea of African spirituality had become too complicated, because as far as he was concerned, we had all these different names for the different types of, call it deities, but they were really
gods and sub-gods and demigods. And
they was really explaining the different elements of creation. For some Africans, it was a bit complicated. So Akhenaten said, I'm going to simplify it again. We're going to come back to the one God philosophy. So Christianity and Islam, they've ran with that. You've ran with what Akhenaten said, but they don't tell you that.
I disagree. But
you disagree, but then look at this. Akhenaten lived before Islam and Christianity.
I disagree. But no, my point is, before we discuss what Islam says or Christianity says, or what term could I use other than Egyptology?
Well, don't use that. You can, you can say chemitology. That's good.
Chemic
now
philosophy.
You're getting rid of your racism.
Okay, no problem. I don't think it's racist. But anyway, my point is, even if you put that aside, do you believe that there's one all-powerful God?
See, like I said, I've already said, the master architects, I love them because they're he and she. I love them forever.
So that's two?
Yeah, they're he and she.
Okay.
It's he and she, basically. It's male and female.
And which one was first?
Neither one of them, they always existed together.
Okay, which one is dominant?
Neither one is dominant. They both have different roles in creation, in their formed state and in their unformed state.
Okay.
So basically...
so that's, but then the second thing, what do you think? Do you believe that this he and she created us?
Well, I've just said, as I said, the formless, the master architects,
Architects.
The master architects, right, create everything in its formless state.
Okay.
And they always remain in their formless state whilst they created the formed state. Now, what I will say is this, for me, see, I'm so glad that I recognize my ancient African spirituality being a melanated being, because the African spirituality is the only thing that's going to really connect with me, because I'm a melanated person, right? And if I want to go really, really deep, they've already done it, because they were the first people in creation. But the goal of creation, like I said, the goal is for me, like I said, if you can do it in Islam, fine. If you can be a good person, right? Person not greedy, no racism, no fascism, no wars, no homosexuality, no lesbianism, all of that evil garbage. If you can do it in Islam, great. I'm doing it in my African spirituality. Can we bond out them something there? We bond that.
Okay, from what you said, what's your evidence?
You see, as I said, I can't, you see, what it is, I can't teach you that, because you have to see it yourself. It's for you to let yourself see someone who's already.
But can you, regardless of anyone, can you present them evidence?
I'm coming. If I see a man with this, right, I know he's on my level. Or I wouldn't say my level. I know that he is elected himself to follow what I follow.
Your understanding.
Yeah. So whereas you've not elected yourself to follow what I follow. So basically,
just a man wearing that, how can you come to the conclusion he's on what? Because he might be just wearing it for fashion.
Yes, some people do.
So again, that doesn't explain what the guy was asking you, because this symbol, right, it has a meaning for you.
That's right.
And it has a spiritual meaning.
That's right. Yeah.
Somebody can go and buy this, but it doesn't have a spirit. It just looks good.
That's right. But
so this is not it's not a criteria, because what he's asking you is something that's external as evidence that we can validate.
Like I said, whatever I say to you, you may not be ready to accept it. So for me,
no, but you have to give us that benefit.
No, I don't.
Of the doubt.
I don't, because I don't. What I said, is that as long as if Islam can stop you being a racist, a fascist, a scumbag, somebody who supports homosexuality, an exploiter, all these disgusting things that human beings are doing now, right? If Islam can stop you doing it, good for you. No, that's all what matters. There's nothing else.
But how do you know that's all that matters? That's the point.
To me, that's all what matters.
That's to you.
Yeah.
To you.
So
see what it is? Can I just say something?
Yeah.
When we have these discussions, it's easy if we have a simple foundation. Okay.
It is. It's simple. The foundation is that you are to be a good human being. That's it.
Let me finish.
And you have to find a way of life that's going to allow you to be a good human being. And you know what a good human being is, isn't it?
Let me finish.
You know what a good human being is.
Let me make my point, if you don't mind.
Go on.
Okay. Yeah. My point is, regardless of whatever angle we're coming from, okay, we need a claim. So we make it clear what our claim is. Okay. Second is, that claim, it requires evidence. And third is, we explain how does the evidence support the claim.
Yeah, as I said, brother.
So let me make a point very clearly. So look, my claim is that there's one God, Allah. He alone deserves to be worshipped.
This is arrogant.
Let me finish.
Yeah, but you're being arrogant.
Let me finish. This is my claim. We can discuss if it's arrogant or not, no problem. But let me finish. He sent messengers to teach mankind how to live who
So
he
what are you
is.
trying to do now? You trying to convert me?
Let me finish. Let me just finish. He sent messengers and books to show mankind how to live their life. And we're going to have a day when we return to him and we're going to be judged. And then we're going to be rewarded or punished. That's my claim.
You're better off saying humankind, not mankind, humankind. Because when you say mankind, again, that's patriarchy. Yeah, because it's man. Where's the woman? So you have to say humankind.
Anyway.
African spirituality is all about male and female. This is, you see here?
No, but let me just finish.
That's the womb of the woman. And here's the tekenu. Tekenu is Kemetic for penis. So the two come together to create life, and you have the foundation with the male will be there as the foundation of the family, and the female is the head of the family. And we work together to raise children and so forth.
Okay.
So when you say mankind, again, me not going to deal with that, because again,
no problem.
To
But
women anyway,
let me finish my point. So this is what we believe. This is my claim. And then my evidence for the claim is we believe the Creator sent a final messenger, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who came with the Quran and taught this. So let me finish. If we have time, for everything I say, I can show you from the Quran this claim. So I expect when you make your claim, I expect you to say, this is written.
No, I'm not making no claim. I'm not making a claim.
Yeah,
I'm not making no claim. No, I'm not. No,
Yeah.
you said I am.
Yeah.
I ain't making no claim.
Yeah.
That's what you said, right? But I've already told you straight that Islam and Christianity, right, is taken from my African spirituality that
That's a claim.
predates it. You see?
And
For
it requires
hundreds of years.
and requires evidence.
Oh, the evidence is there.
Okay, present it then.
The evidence there. Even our ancient African teacher called Ptah, right? The whole idea of praying to the east.
So where
That's
did
Ptah?
Okay.
And Ptah, Ptah was already carved in stone doing it. Ptah, he's carved in stone, praying to the east and kissing the earth. That's all ancient African spirituality.
So that's your evidence.
That predates Mahat.
So your evidence is the statue.
Arabia itself was a Mahatian nation, 2200 BC. Arabia was one of the most Mahatian places. Arabia practiced African spirituality even as far back as 2200 BC, way before Islam has been created.
No, Islam is not
Yeah, but
created.
you've not done your research, have you? What you've done, someone gave you the Quran and that's all you've done.
No, but
you've never looked beyond
I
the
think
Quran.
you're getting agitated.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm giving you facts.
Then let me say then, because when you say a fact,
what research have you done? What research have you done?
Let me finish that.
No, what research have you done to check if Islam is repeated in other spiritual faiths? Have you researched any of that to check?
Okay.
Have you done a check?
Okay.
I suggest that you do a check. You see, what I'm
But
saying.
how do you know he hasn't done a check?
By what he said.
The problem is, look,
he said
you're
that,
addressing things.
He said that the Quran is the messenger of God, right?
Muhammad is the messenger. No problem. Muhammad is the messenger, and he brought the Quran.
That's right. So I know that basically from what you're saying, I can tell.
Yeah.
Right, the reason why I can tell that you see what it is. Is
Let me tell you. You don't have to.
coming.
Yeah, I can make it clear to you.
What I can see, right, is that basically a lot of non-African people, they have a problem.
Are you being racist?
With African spirituality?
Are you being racist?
In what way am I being racist?
Because if you're implying because someone's African and they've got melanin, they can understand.
No.
And if someone's not African and if they don't have melanin, they have less understanding. That's what you're implying.
No, yeah, but no.
That's what you're implying.
What I'm implying is that what you've got to do, you're going to go and study African spirituality.
Okay.
The reason why, because when you study that, then I believe what hopefully you'd have more respect for Africa. What you need, you need to be a person who has respect for the knowledge that created Islam, which is African spirituality.
I disagree with you.
You don't have that respect.
I disagree with you.
But okay, you said the African
because you've not studied it.
No, let me finish.
Okay.
What I see here is, look, I'm going to say honestly, is you've explained what you believe.
Yeah.
For me, from my understanding, it's a claim until you're able to bring evidence. So, for example, if you said...
I don't, listen, brother, I don't wish to convert it to nothing. I said that as long as you're a decent human being, you can go and live your life. I don't need you into it. I don't wish you to be involved in anything that I'm involved in.
Are you worried about what I might say? Because you seem to be cutting me.
No, there's no
because
worries.
you're cutting me though.
No, because
you're cutting
saying,
me. Like you're talking about respect.
Claim,
you're talking about respect.
You're saying
there should
that
be two
claim,
ways.
Right?
You're saying a lot of things
and
which
you're speaking as if to say that I have to convince you of something. I do not have to convince you of nothing.
No. You don't have to convince me.
Exactly.
But I'm saying if you make a claim, you should have. If someone asks you for evidence and you have it, you should be happy to give it.
I have evidence, but like I said, you're not in any position spiritually to...
Based on the colour of my skin?
No, you're not in
That's racism.
You're not in a spiritual position.
No, you accused him of something, of being arrogant.
Because I wasn't African.
You're not being arrogant because you know nothing of him. You know nothing of his ability or what he's researched or what he hasn't researched.
Here's the fact. You're not in a position at this point in time
to agree with you.
No, not agree. It's not agree. It's never works.
No, let him finish.
Basically, I want to say, well, I would just say that you're not ready for the philosophy that I deal with. Well, because the fact that he's
no, but you have
to
come to that conclusion. You have to present your philosophy.
You're saying it again because I don't wish to convert him to nothing. He can go and live his life.
No, but
however, I've stated that Islam and Christianity is taken from African spirituality.
All the brother says, where's the evidence?
Well, I said I can't help you because go and research it. It's all on the internet.
In other words, you don't have it.
On the internet?
Oh no, well, I see. What it is,
just be honest. You don't
no, brother. I don't mind whether you say I don't have evidence. As far as I'm concerned.
Okay, you haven't presented evidence.
You're living in denial.
You just don't want to admit.
You're living in denial.
No, conversation here.
Yeah, but you're living in denial. Look, even this symbol.
No. Let me talk
these
now,
words,
sir.
Yeah?
Let me talk.
I'm coming. These words, right?
So you're going to let me talk now?
Yeah. Right, which words of divinity. In our Mejanetto, all of the spiritual knowledge which has gone into Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, all of these faiths is recorded in here.
Okay.
It's already recorded in there.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that when you say I don't have evidence, I can give you the name of one book which you can go and look up on the internet, and it's called Yoga.
Okay.
If you look up Egyptian yoga, that guy,
I will look up the book.
Marta Ashby, look him up, and he gives so ample references of where Islam and Christianity has taken ideas from to create themselves out of Mahat.
Where did he get this information from?
Oh, you know what, brother? This is an endless argument. That Marta Ashby, he reads the Mejanetto. You have to be able to read the Mejanetto. It's in the Mejanetto. And it's in many temples across ancient Kemet.
Okay.
It's written in words of divinity.
So, sorry. So we can agree. Yeah. We can agree with honesty and sincerity that you presented your position.
Yeah.
But we are not in a position, or you're not at the present time, you're not willing to present any evidence.
So what's more important to you? Is it more important to be a decent human being?
Let me finish.
Or is it great and try and get people to follow Islam? What is important to you?
No.
What is it? No, answer it though.
Question, answer.
What is important?
Okay, are you going to let me answer without interrupting?
Go on and answer it.
Okay.
What is important? Is it important to this is my question. Is it important to you to be a decent human being, or is it important to go out and try and convert people to Islam?
Okay.
Go on, answer it.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm not worried to answer it. For me.
I don't like cameras, by the way. I don't want cameras on me.
No.
I'm going to go now because that's against. I hate those things.
Okay. If you don't like it, if you don't like the cameras can come off.
It's technology.
But your speaker's technology as well. But your speaker's technology as well.
Yeah,
anyway,
I'm not invading your privacy. I'm not filming you.
Let me answer the question. Other people can benefit from the conversation. Let me answer my question. When we say a decent human being, our definition of a decent human being is defined by the Creator as a human being, by revelation. So for us, a decent human being is one who recognizes the one alone who deserves to be worshipped, and they try to live their life according to that. And I can provide you evidence. No problem, sir. Take care. Alhamdulillah.
This is what happens, you know, when they're talking, when they're not talking.
I saw his eyes. He was looking up. Wallahi, I saw that. His eyes was looking up.
He's on something.
Oh, yeah, very good, Akhi. Alhamdulillah.
When they take, it is
No, you know what it is as well. They
No,
don't.
like,
They,
I saw him. He clocked it because I was really watching him from the thing.